Hello, everybody. It is Emery48 here, and welcome to going over my NFL standings predictions. I have my predictions on my phone. It was a video that I posted before the season started, and today we are going to compare how I did. I'm going to keep track of how many points I was off. So basically, every standing position that I am off, I'll get a point, which don't really want points in this. Now, in the preseason, I was hoping that I could get the AFC East pretty much spot on because it is the division that I pay the most attention to, as the team that I root for is the New England Patriots, so I pay the most attention to this division. And the overall standings in the AFC East is Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. I had the Bills coming in first. I put the Dolphins second, getting a wild card spot, which they got. I had the Patriots coming third and the Jets coming in last. So I was spot on in the AFC East, which is a good start. We move on down to the AFC West. In first place, I had the Kansas City Chiefs, which is what happened. In second place with a wild card position, I had the Chargers, which is what happened. In third place, I had the Denver Broncos getting a wild card spot as well. And I had the Raiders in fourth. So I messed those two up, so that's 2 points there. Moving on down to the AFC North, I had the Cincinnati Bengals coming in first, which is what happened. The Baltimore Ravens coming in second, which is what happened. I did predict that they would not get a wild card position, as I gave the third and final one to the Broncos instead of the Ravens, so I did only mess up one wild card spot in the AFC, but I got their place right in the division. In third place, I had the Pittsburgh Steelers, and in fourth, I had the Cleveland Browns. I felt like that was a pretty easy division, as the Steelers are kind of worse than their normal selves, and the Browns are just bad. The Bengals are just a good team. I got kind of lucky with the Lamar Jackson injury. I think that's pretty much a main reason why they didn't end up coming first in the division, but it helped out the prediction. In the AFC South, I had the Tennessee Titans coming first, which I thought was a lock even towards the end of the year, but they could not pull it through, as the Jaguars got first in that division. Did I put them second? Wait, hold up. No, I put the Colts second. So that's another position away. And I put the Jaguars third, which is really bad. That's 2 points. And fourth, I did get the Texans right, but that's not a difficult pick, really. Let's go on over to the NFC and see what I came up with there. In the NFC East, this one's going to be really bad. I put the Cowboys in first, which is wrong. I put the Philadelphia Eagles in second, which is wrong. I put the New York Giants in third, which is right, and the Commanders in fourth. Okay, that's not as bad as I was thinking. I didn't give any wild card positions to the NFC, but luckily I'm not doing tally marks for wild card, so that's going to make me look a little better. Still not going to look good, but that's fine. NFC West, this one's probably going to be my worst division. I put the Rams as the winners, and they came in third. Not good. I put the Arizona Cardinals in second, and they came fourth, and I gave them the top wild card spot in the NFC as well. Then in third, I put the 49ers in another wild card spot, and they came first. And then in fourth, I put the Seahawks, who came second. So that was a really bad division. Got everything very wrong. NFC North, we put number one, the Packers, because I thought, along with probably a lot of other people, that they were going to have a much better year than they did. In second, I put the Minnesota Vikings with a wild card spot. So I got it right that they made the playoffs, but I did not have them as the division winner. not a good pick. In third, I had the Lions, which I thought was a fair pick, but they ended up beating out the Packers for second. And in fourth, I was correct with the Bears, but that one, again, like the Texans, is fairly simple. And finally, we have the NFC South. In first place, I did have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, although I assumed it was going to be significantly more convincing. And now 2 through 4, I don't really feel bad about getting anything wrong here if I do, because they all tied. In second, I put the Carolina Panthers, which they got. In third, I put the Atlanta Falcons, and I put the Saints in fourth. I mean, they flip-flopped on tiebreaker, but I'm okay with that. That division, I feel like I did pretty good there. But I got 22 points, which is pretty bad. So now I'm going to go over the playoff predictions that I have for this year. Obviously, in the AFC, we have our bye as the Kansas City Chiefs. I predict the Buffalo Bills will beat the Miami Dolphins in Buffalo. I think the Cincinnati Bengals will beat the Baltimore Ravens in Cincinnati. The only away team that I think will win will be the Los Angeles Chargers at the Jacksonville Jaguars, which then means Los Angeles will be traveling to Kansas City, where I think Kansas City wins that game, and Buffalo and Cincinnati will play in Buffalo. I do think that game is won by Buffalo. I think they're on way too hot of a stretch right now. I know the Bengals are playing well as well, but I think the Bills win that game, which means we'll have a Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills championship game in a neutral location. And I think this is finally the year the Buffalo Bills beat the Chiefs, as it will be in a neutral location. They don't have to deal with going into Kansas City. Then in the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles have the bye in round 1. I think the San Francisco 49ers beat the Seattle Seahawks in San Francisco. I think the New York Giants go to Minnesota and win. I think the Dallas Cowboys also go to Tampa Bay and beat the Buccaneers. So this means that the New York Giants will have to travel to Philadelphia, and I think the Eagles beat the Giants. And then the 49ers will play the Cowboys, and I think the 49ers beat the Cowboys. And this is the big game for me. Eagles 49ers tells us who is the real team out of the NFC, and I think it's the San Francisco 49ers. And I believe they go on to finally win their Super Bowl.